hydrate, and don't forget, color is fiber. Color is fiber. Yeah, color is fiber. Hello everybody, this is Liz from Trellis and welcome to this knitting fibery whatevery podcast this is. So how are you? How are you doing? It is, what day is it? It's Friday, but this is going to be a short video about telling you about what I'm knitting, or maybe I'm not knitting because I don't know what's going on with me. Like, I have a fracture in my metatarsal, so it's the front part of the leg. So thankfully it's very small, so I don't need to have a cast because, come on, can you imagine me in a cast? So yeah. So my routine has changed. I'm not practicing in the morning any yoga or anything. Even though I could manage to do some planks or, you know, abs and stuff like that, but I'm trying to be very thoughtful. That said, I'm not so thoughtful because 2 days ago I felt better, and then I just got my nephew and my niece into like a huge day trip thing, and then we came at the studio, we put music, we kind of danced like with the fracture, and I was feeling okay, but then I wasn't okay. So now it's taking a toll on me, but I'm doing okay. I'm trying to stay put. So you would think, Liz, you like to read, you like to knit, like that's great, you know, and you have more dining to do next week, so take it easy. You guys, whenever I sit, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna knit now? This, nah, this, nah. And I know why, because I'm knitting sweaters, and that's great, I love knitting sweaters. But in all of the 3 sweater projects that I have, I'm in a purling phase. There is so much purling, and I don't like to purl. So I'm not a procrastinator, I'm a purlastinator. It doesn't exist, huh? Well, I am that. I am that. And then I want to read, and apparently I'm more tired than I think that I am, because I'm reading 1 page and I fall asleep like immediately. And that's not even just in the afternoon or in the evening, because it's like starting to be super hot here. So you think, you know, it's just the heat and you need a small siesta or something like that. It's not even that. It's like I will just fall asleep. Like the other day I woke up, I took the kind for a walk, which poor the kind is like so happy to be healthy and be able to run around, and now I'm not able, you know, to run around. So poor baby. So she's okay. She's patient with me too. I think, like, I don't know how she does it. Like, how can she be so patient with me? I'm not that patient with me. So anyways, and I did a small breakfast and all that, and I'm like, okay, you don't feel like knitting, so it's okay, just grab your book. And I got this great, you know, French book, like I'm reading, and I fell asleep for half an hour. Like I had practically woke up like 2 hours before. Like, come on. And then I wake up after a whole hour and I'm like, what happened? Like, why? What? So it's been, I don't know. I think I've always, every year in springtime, I burn out myself. So this year I managed not to burn out myself, but it still feels like a small burnout because I feel like resting. Even if I don't feel it, like my body just shuts down. So I'm not complaining. It's doing great, but I would love to be able to focus a bit more on, you know, on doing also stuff. So I feel like I haven't done stuff. but I actually have done a lot of photographing material. I've put up lots of work on my website, work that it's not really ready for you to see, but I'm really happy for that. I also did some planning and declutter some of the house, but it really needs so much work, like really, oh God, I have so much stuff. And that's the problem when you do lots of hobbies while you grow up. Well, that's a problem, you know, if you're interesting, like if you're an interesting person, you have lots of stuff. That's, come on, basic or whatever. No, but yeah, so I'm trying, because I'm not very good with, you know, cleaning and decluttering and, you know, keep my space clear. I'm gonna start to implement 20 minutes per day with the timer, like really with the timer, so it gives me the boost to do it. So 20 minutes every day, in the morning probably, because otherwise I won't do it, until I get the kind's walk, so before the kind's work, to declutter a space. Like even if it's like, you know, a small space, like I will just do that. Even if it's just a cupboard. I think that's gonna make me, you know, declutter without even really thinking about it. Anyways, out of subject. So I'm gonna show you the two bigger projects that I'm working right now, and one of them is the test knit that I've already shown you. So it hasn't, I've switched the bags, so it's here now, because I had this project in the other bag before. So I've showed it to you before, and it's, yes, it's the famous now combo of Star Wars in Eros, which is a very dark blue, almost black, with my Do You Trust Me colorway in Poseidon, which is my mohair silk base. And they live in this really cute bag that I just adore. And this is a test knit for Meiju. She normally says to put this like that, but I decided to have it a bit larger. I know a test knitter has to do whatever the pattern says, but shh. I think she's gonna be glad to have it like that, so, you know, people can see the option, right? No, actually Meiju is really, really great, and she's the first person that I actually test knitted for her, and I was like such a rookie, and I was like always having the most silly questions, and she was like so happy, and yeah. So you just do the color, and then you literally just do a cable cast on from one side and the other side, a couple of short rows, and then boom, this is the back. Now I've been, okay, for the others objects I'm perlastinating, that's how I said it. So this one is picastinating, because I have to pick up over here stitches, then you have those waiting, and then pick up the other stitches to do the front panel. And then there's purling too, because it's back and forth, back and forth. But come on guys, I have to do this because it's really a shame. And I'm just saying to myself, like, Liz, you have it 2 days like that. Now if you had picked it up, you would have done it, and now you'd be all around. Like, come on girl, get your act together. I should, right? But damn it, today I have so much to do because I'm preparing for this virtual vest festival. So this is in the future of the, you know, festival, but it's okay. So I have lots of admin work to do, but maybe what I should do is to pick up the stitches before doing any admin work, because afterwards it's gonna be later and it's darker, you know, yarn, and with the mohair I'm not gonna see that well, and I'm gonna be tomorrow, you know. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna be, you know, Forza Liz, yes. So I really like it. Look at the little stitch pattern, you know, you see, I don't know if you can really tell, but it's not just stockinette. So I'm really happy, it's really cozy. I have to do it, you know, guys, come on. Yeah. it would be so great if you could, you know, just do little videos in your responses, you know, instead of just typing and say, go, go, you know. And then I can say to you, go, go. Okay, so the second one, it is in one of my favorite bags. You know, you can check my video about the perfect bags that I have. Of course. So this is the Rusty Tuku sweater by Suzanne Sommer, and this is, oh my god, she changed her handle on Instagram. It used to be the little gray sheep. I think now it's the little gray co or the gray sheep co. I don't remember. I'm gonna find it and put it. So Emma, and I love it. This is a sheep wool. It's really cute. It's actually their own breed. They did the cross, and this is actually knitted inside out. So actually you have to turn to see the design, how it looks. And so this is the front, and this is the back. And it's actually similar colorways of Suzanne's original one. It wasn't made out of this yarn, but it was a sheepish wool, and I wanted the same vibe. I can't wait. So this was really cool because when I was kind of pissed about purling the other stuff, you know, I could work this, and it was great. I had memorized the little over here, you know, pattern. But now, if you see closer, I have one needle here and one needle here. Why? Because it has a slit here. Oops, my pocket is showing. Okay, it has a slit here, and the back is a bit further down, and the front has a little ribbing, which looks amazing. Like, I love it. I want to do it. I crave for that look, really. But it's such a pain in my bosom right now because I have to purl, and I'm procrastinating. I don't even remember if that's the word. I have to make my own vocabulary. Actually, I have my own vocabulary and I don't even care. Like, all my friends, especially the Greek ones, it's like I never really remember. There are some words that, you know, they're more difficult or whatever, and I might end up using the end word of another language. And because I used to go in international school, all, you know, our classmates, we could understand each other what we were saying because we all kind of knew practically the same languages. But when you're out in the world, you know, and then you're talking, then you're like, okay, I know what you mean, I know which word you're using, but that's not the word. But sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. And it's so funny because I can then rub it in their face. I'm like, yeah, you see, you didn't even know it. Okay, but I'm not the kind of person that I'm intimidated of doing mistakes. You know, I guess it's okay because I can say, well, maybe I don't know one language perfectly, and like, really, who does? But I know a bunch of them, so it's okay. I will roll with it, you know? So yeah, so if you're intimidated of speaking another language or foreign language, like, don't be, just go with it. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? You did a mistake, and so what? Yeah, so that's my little rumble about words and, yeah, expressions. So I really like this, and I'm really happy with it. I have to say that it was hibernating for a bit. And then I saw that where I had knitted it, the yarn had split and I had a hole, and I was freaking out, but I just took the yarn and I did little knots in the back of the pattern. Not here, this was a hole. And so I took all the bits and I did, you know, little knots. So I want to hope that this, because it's a sheepish wool, that it's gonna kind of felt over here, and it's gonna be okay. But I think that in the end, I will just take a thread of the yarn and the needle and just secure it a bit more. So yeah, so that was a bit of a hell when I saw that, because it was actually not only in one spot but in 2 or 3 spots, and it was kind of okay because it were fairly, you know, kind of bit over here where you wouldn't see it, but that spot was like on the back, and I was like, oh my god, there's gonna be a hole in the sweater, and I don't want a hole in the sweater, and in this color, like, nah. Okay. So those are actually 2 of the sweaters that I'm more actively working, but I have to say that I want to work a bit more on my test knit, because it's a test knit and I want to be good with it. And then about the sock, after the sock along, I didn't do any other socks, and I do have 2 socks that they need their second one. So 2 pairs that I have done the first sock and not the second. So I want to cast on the one that's a vanilla sock, because the other one has a more intricate design and I'm not into that right now, like my mind is not there. But I definitely need to cast on the other one, so maybe, you know, I have a sweater and a sock. And I think that that kind of knitting, like a larger with a smaller project, is really good for me. Like, I like that, so I think that's what I'm gonna do for now. Yeah, so if there's a cast on, that should be it, because I want to cast on something from the book. Yes, from the Lane book. Okay. So talking about knit-alongs and all this, 2 videos before I asked you if you wanted to do the ripple bralette. So most of you weren't that keen on that, and that's perfect. It's okay. It actually kind of takes the pressure off, because I want to do the ripple bralette, but I also want to finish, you know, all the other stuff. So I think we're all in the same boat. So I think I'm gonna do it maybe another time, or maybe I will propose it for you another time if you want to. So let me know if you want, like, for me to propose it, or like just never talk again about bralettes, you know. And I'll be dyeing this week, so I think this is actually when I'm gonna post this video. It's gonna be the week that I will be dyeing and preparing lots of stuff, because I had pre-orders and things like that. So I will also be doing and thinking about kits for the shawl, and so I hope the next video I will have, you know, kits for the Rise Up shawl to show it to you. And I'm really happy that you like the idea. I'm very happy that Maria was very keen on that, and we just go for it. So it's actually a pattern that has been, it's the prototype. The one that I have is the prototype of Maria, which is great for her to give me and to show you. And actually I have it now, it's mine. Yay! And what I was saying, yeah, so it's actually, you know, was written and kind of test knitted, but it's gonna be like more of, I said a test knit because for me, well, of course it's knitted because you have to create the pattern, right, and you write it, but then it's gonna be like a beta knitting or a test knit, like call it whatever you want, but it's like you will be the ones that are doing it for the first time, and if there's a mistake, please do tell us. And yeah, I think, you know, I will be talking about it when we approach more of the cal for it, but I'm very, very excited and happy. So about postage, if you're waiting a package for me, so until now, before the packages leave the country, they usually stay in the country in quarantine for safety reason around 10 to 14 days, and then they're shipped. And actually when it's arriving in your country, it goes faster. There's only one point that there's a package that's been in quarantine here, and then it was in the northern part of the US, that it's been in quarantine also over there. So I think that if it's a very long voyage, that there might be 2 quarantine sessions. So, but the good thing is that nothing has been lost, not once. I have to thank every one of you for your patience. Sometimes I do get emails, about package and tracking, and I try to respond as soon as I can. But sometimes I'm also a bit drained about it because it's also a very anxious thing to me, packages arriving. And sometimes it takes a toll on me, so I will just take a day or 2 from emails and then we'll just respond everything. So if I'm a bit later on of responding to you, don't take it personally. I really do try my best to respond to everyone, but I'm just one person, so please bear with me. And thank you again for all your support. I'm really feeling blessed about each and every one who has made an order from my website, because I usually do not have as much orders on my website as a dyer, and I have mostly work from retailers and shops, and now I haven't had any shop order for like 4 or 5 months, so it's been really stressful and hard for me, but your support is amazing. Like, thank you very much, because now I'm struggling, but I can keep up. I'm paying my rent and my studio. It's challenging, but I'm still here, and that's all because of you, and I really thank you. So I do hope now slowly shops will be up and running again, and then maybe I can have a bit more of a steady income from there, and yeah, I'm very excited. So what else do I want to say? I don't really have anything else to say, but yeah, just thank you for being here and for being a part of Trellis. Yeah, so I think I have so many ideas of projects, of videos about Trellis, about what I'm doing, what I want to change in my life, that I don't know where to fit all that, but it's okay, right? And I also try to have a time frame to do those videos in English and in French. But I was thinking, because there might be a bit more hectic weeks coming up, to just have it in English from time to time. And I hope that will be okay with you. Sometimes French people told me that it would be okay. So I'm gonna discuss that also in my French video. So I know that I can do, and if that's okay, because I don't wanna, change something without having your feedback, because, your support and you being happy is very important to me. So yeah, don't forget, now that summer, to hydrate. I'm sorry, this is like really random, but I just look at my bottle and I was like, you haven't drunk like the whole day. So hydrate, and don't forget, color is fiber. Color is fiber. Yeah, color is color is power, and fiber is our weapon. I love you guys.